The year is 2012, and this guy, yep, that's me, inspired by the upcoming London Olympics, decided to apply for a charity place in the London Marathon. I'd never been a runner, didn't really know what I was doing, was overweight, and being the novice I was, managed to get injured in my training, which put me out for 6 weeks. With 2 weeks left before the marathon, I decided to go for it anyway, and although it was one of the most painful experiences of my life, I managed to finish in 4 hours, 50 minutes and 49 seconds. I then vowed to never run again. About 2 weeks later though, I realised I really enjoyed running and my running journey began. I entered a few more races from 10Ks to half marathons and then signed up for another charity place for the 2013 London Marathon. Knowing nothing about proper nutrition, I lost far too much weight, but having actually trained more consistently, finished the 2013 London Marathon and knocked off over an hour from the previous year's time.
Oh yeah. Sub 4 hour.
This then started off a yearly tradition and I entered the London Marathon another 3 times. Although I was running other races, my focus revolved around getting fit enough each year to run London and improve my time. My goal was to run under 3.5 hours, and in 2016 I finally achieved that goal with a time of 3 hours, 28 minutes and 50 seconds. Then disaster struck. During a 10k trail race, I rolled my ankle and tore the ligaments, leaving me in a splint boot and not able to run. Recovery was slow, but to make myself feel better and give myself a target, I entered the Birmingham International Marathon in October 2017. I managed to get my fitness back up and towed the start line to only get half a mile in before twisting my good ankle. I completed the race, but by compensating for my ankle, my knee took the brunt of the effort and I damaged my patella tendon. After a long period of rehab, seeing physios, trying acupuncture and anything I could, my knee just wouldn't repair. I had to stop running, and at the start of 2018, I thought my journey was over. Fast forward to January 2021. Feeling overweight, unfit and unhealthy, I decided to do something about it. If I wanted to start running again, I needed to take my nutrition, strength and conditioning and my stretching and mobility more seriously. I did some research and reading, got back down to a healthier weight, running returned to my life and my love for the sport was fully ignited more than ever. And now, here we are, 2023 and training for the Manchester Marathon in April. Fitter than I've ever been in my life and aiming for a time I could never have dreamed of 11 years ago. Project Sub 3 starts here.
P1, my very first P1. Super stoked. first ever P1 at Parkrun. I was lucky, to be honest. The weather's not great today, so there wasn't as many people out as normal. So the super fast guys weren't here, so that benefited me. But yeah, that was good. Nice parkrun. So good effort for just over 3 miles, and then nice few laps around the lake with Gav, and I'm going to make my way home now. So still 2.5 miles to go. Damp t-shirt and 12 miles of running. Not the best combo, look, but we are done. So that's 12 mile in total for the day. So nice. Let's get back home. This weather's not great. Right, Sunday long run is go. So my plan for today was to do 14 mile in total, do 5 mile at about 7.5 minute mile pace, then do 4 mile at target marathon pace, which is 6:40 a mile. That will bring me in at 2:55 in the marathon, so gives you a little bit of leeway as well. So goal pace 6:40 a mile, and then do another 5 mile but get a bit slower, so 7.5-8 minute miles. I say that was the plan because I've started off and I've set out a bit quick. So currently I am 4.7 mile in and I'm on 7:18 average pace, so a little bit quicker, not too much to make a drastic difference, but marathon pace miles are about to start. I'm going to head down to the lake because it's a bit flatter down there rather than where I've just been in all the hills, but yeah, we'll get going in a second. Right, so we are just about to click over 5 miles. I'm going to change my watch to current split pace so I can see what I'm doing rather than average, and then we will get going. Right, first marathon pace mile, let's go. Right, that's 1 mile down, 3 more to go at this pace. Let's go. 2 miles on the marathon pace, 2 more to go. Right, 1 last mile at target marathon pace. I can tell you now, it doesn't feel easy. It doesn't feel slow. It feels quite quick at the moment, but I'm sure I'll get used to this. So 1 more mile, let's go. And that is 4 mile at marathon pace, done. I can slow up now and enjoy the last 5 mile. So let's get this done and get back home.
so that is week 1 of the training block for Manchester Marathon done. Let's just go through what the week looked like. So we started off on Monday with a recovery run. I always use Mondays as a recovery run day. So just keep the legs moving, keep it supple rather than seizing up and doing nothing. So yeah, we did just over 12 miles, 12.26 miles in total at an average pace of just under 8 minutes a mile. So nice and steady, and just getting that mileage in the legs just to keep them turning over. Then Tuesday is one of the training days with Bromsgrove and Redditch Athletic Club. As where we meet for training isn't far away from my house, I always run down to training and then run back, and I can top up any mileage for the day around the training session. So I ran down, I did a little bit more on the way down on Tuesday, so I didn't have to do so much on the way back. So ran down there, we did a warm-up on the way to where we were doing the road session, and we ended up doing loops of Cedar Road, which one way round is a long slow uphill and then a very sharp downhill, and then obviously the other way around, very sharp uphill and then downhill gradually for the rest of it. So we did 7 loops in total with alternating directions. So we ended up with just under 5.5 mile, and the average pace was 6 minutes 38 a mile for that 5.5 mile. But I think the actual reps we were doing were just under 6 minute mile reps for the kilometre loop. So yeah, that was pretty good training day on the Tuesday. Wednesday is always a rest day for me, so nothing on a Wednesday. And then Thursday evening was another session with B&R. This one was a slightly different one. Once again, I ran down there and we did a warm-up, and we ran down to the bus route where we did a session of 12 times 2 minutes effort followed by 1 minute recovery. So 2 minutes running at pace and then 1 minute jogging recovery, 2 minutes at pace, and we do that for 12 goes round. We ended up doing just over 5.5 mile, and the average pace for all of that was 6 minute 36 a mile. But once again, I think those reps were just under 6 minutes a mile. So that was another good session. And then Friday, another rest day, and then we move on to Saturday. Now, I enjoyed Saturday. Ran down to Parkrun as I usually do. It's about 2.5 mile down to the start of Parkrun from where I live. And then the weather wasn't great on Saturday, so I don't think all the people who normally turn up were there because the weather weren't perfect. But I managed to get round Parkrun in 17 minutes and 57 seconds, so a sub 18, pretty happy with that. Average pace of 5 minutes 53 a mile, but I managed to get that P1, which is the first time I've ever done that at Parkrun. So that was pretty special, but because I'm only filming training at the moment, I didn't bother to film the Parkrun, so didn't actually get the run on camera, but I did film a little bit afterwards, you may have seen early in the video. But yeah, that was really good. And then I topped up my mileage and did about 6.5 miles home, just to get my full mileage for the day that I like to do. And then we come to this morning's session, which was the Sunday long run. As I said, whilst I was out on the run, my aim was to do 5 miles steady, 4 miles at target marathon pace, which is 6 minutes 40 a mile. That will get me in at around 2 hours 55 minutes for the marathon. So I'm aiming for 2:55, because that gives me a little bit of wiggle room just in case I slow down towards the end. I've got that 5 minutes to play with to try and keep under that 3 hour target. And then another 5 mile study afterwards. So 14 miles in total. And today I was out for an hour and 40, an average of 7 minutes and 8 seconds a mile. Looking at the splits, I did manage to keep up that marathon pace for those 4 miles. I did a 6:43, a 6:42, a 6:37 and a 6:37. So more or less around where I want to be for that marathon pace. I've just got to now build up that stamina in my legs so I can hold that pace for a longer period of time and hopefully keep it up for that full 26.2 mile distance. The miles around it, the earlier miles, the first 5 miles were around between 7:02 and 7.5. The first mile was a bit slower because you always want to do a bit slower to warm up yourself. You don't want to go straight into speed work or anything. So 7:48 for the first one, and then around 7.5 down to 7 minutes for the first 5 mile, and then obviously those 4 marathon pace miles, and then the 5 miles afterwards were all around the 7.5 minute mile pace. So pretty happy with that. That was a decent training session today, getting those miles in the legs and getting some done at marathon pace. So pretty good week. If I total up all of the mileage that I've done, so Monday I did 12 and a quarter, so 12.26. Tuesday I ended up with 12.4. Thursday ended up with 12.49. Saturday 12.13, and then today 14.02. So that totals up with just over 63 miles for the week, so 63.3 miles for the week. So pretty solid. I'm in a pretty good place for the start of this training block. Week 1 of 15, the last day of the 15th week will be the actual marathon. So yeah, I'm in a pretty good place. I've just got to try and keep this consistent now. Really focus on not getting injured. So I've really got to step up my game with my strength and conditioning. I've been really lax with that over the last couple of months. So I'm going to get back into my strength and conditioning and yeah, hopefully keep off those injuries and keep that mileage consistent so I can build up that long run up until that 20 mile distance, ready for the taper. So yeah, week 1 is done. Pretty happy with how it's gone, and I am hoping to keep this documenting week by week up. If there's anything in particular you would like to see in these videos or you'd like me to capture, then let me know in the comments down below of the things that you want to see or the things that you want to know about, or anything really, any details of what I'm doing. Now, I'm never going to tell people what they should do because everything is very individual and I'm not a coach. So I'm not going to tell you what you should be doing, but I'll tell you what I'm doing and what works for me. So if that then in turn helps you out, that's great, but I don't in any way want to tell anybody what they should be doing for their training, because this is very much for me and what works for me. But if there's anything in particular you want to see or hear about, please do let me know and I'll try and get that into one of the future videos. But yeah, we are on our way. Manchester Marathon, here we come. Right, thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed recently. If you haven't done so yet, please do think about subscribing. Give this video a like if you did like it, and yeah, share it around. Let everybody know what I am doing, and see if they want to join us for the journey too. But thank you guys. I'm going to enjoy my coffee and get ready for another week of training, ready for Manchester. So cheers guys.
What a sight to watch, and what a sight to witness from their perspective, because